What is it about Gisborne that made describe yourself as a Gisborne Gizzy wannabe?
Yeah. I would say the people and just the environment. It's a beautiful place to visit. And I remember even after I first came here, I'd been here before, but when I first came here with Clarke, afterwards calling my mum and saying, "Are any of our family from here?" It was just, I felt a strange connection to the place. And so I love coming here in the summer particularly. We come here every year for Christmas holidays. So yeah, that's probably it.
That's awesome.
The people in the place.
Yeah. And what are your favourite places and things to do when you're here?
We often head up to Mahia, where Clarke's family's always headed over summer.
Yeah.
But I also have a little ritual. I do a few laps of the main street, spend a bit of time at the bookshop, pick up a few Christmas presents, get an ice cream at Wainui. Just the usual things. But also take a daily walk up the beach.
Yeah.
Always resolve that I'm going to go up Kaiti Hill, but don't do it nearly as much as I should.
You've done it a few times, though, haven't you?
Yeah, I've done it a few times. Yep.
Okay, what are your thoughts on how Gisborne could do better economically and socially?
Yeah, we do have some work to do on partnership. And actually we're really looking to the region for some of the ideas, but it strikes me that there's real potential here in wood processing, in tourism, and then in partnering together to deal with some of the issues that I think the Tairāwhiti community have been calling for assistance with for a long time. So when I first came in as, I think I was leader by then, came here for a hui, and to realise that there weren't residential addiction treatment programs here really stood out to me, and it's something I've been talking to the Minister of Health about ever since. The fact that we have such a high suicide rate here, a need for extra public housing, which I'm pleased we've now working on bringing in, an extra 330 houses through central government and local, trying to address some of those issues. But there is huge potential here. One of the things that I particularly feel strongly about is the tourism potential here. It is a beautiful place, and New Zealanders should be coming and checking out their own backyard, and anything we can do to encourage that, particularly around transport infrastructure, we should.
Okay.
So we'll have more to say, particularly as we continue to see the rollout of the Regional Growth Fund. This is one of our focus areas. Yeah. She's having a real chat to you.
So what do you think suffragettes would think of New Zealand now?
Well, when you think about what Margaret, as a local campaigner, was saying, I mean, she was equally focused on women's right to vote, but also equal pay, financial security. We've still got a long way to go on those things. So I think that they would probably have been a bit frustrated at how long it took for a woman to be in Parliament, and then probably the fact that we still have some of those issues. They would be
a little frustrated.
Yeah. But look, at the same time, the highest number of women ever in Parliament this year. So we've made some gains. We should celebrate those, but we should also keep our expectations high for ourselves.
Okay, so you seem very grounded, sort of a person, and when you speak with someone, you're with them 100%. I've watched you on TV, and do you do any practices or anything to ground yourself?
How do you practice being normal?
I was thinking like yoga or
no.
Those any sort of spiritual sort of anything to ground yourself. Or
no, I don't, but I do spend my time doing very normal things, particularly more so now that Neve's arrived, very normal things, nappy changes and parenting things. I find that very grounding. But also actually just having family that are very, they're often, some of my extended family particularly will often take different views to me, and so they do a good job of making sure that I have those alternate perspectives as well. What I I'm also very mindful that politics, you know, and in fact this happens in everyone's life and world, you know, it can become, you know, it can feel like it's the thing that everyone's watching, everyone knows what's gone on that day, everyone's following every exact detail that's going through Parliament, surely, because it's you know, been such a big all-consuming thing and career. But then I'll go and talk to, you know, my sister. She won't even register something that's happened that day because she's got a toddler and a 5-year-old and life is busy.
Yeah.
And so remembering that actually the thing that feels all-consuming, actually for someone else, the thing that was more important that day for them was whether or not their school run was easy. And that helps me realise that actually the things that we need to resolve or work on are the things that affect people's everyday life, and the politics, the noise around the edges doesn't matter.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, and the last thing, I was just thinking, how do you maintain your integrity when you must have so many forces around you trying to, you know, swing you one way or another? Or
and actually, I guess when you compare New Zealand politics to elsewhere, I think one of the things about our system is that it's really designed to maintain the integrity of the institution. I really feel that strongly. And actually, regardless of people's politics, by and large, we are very, very lucky. We do have a parliament that has maintained, I think, a high level of integrity. I do believe that. Yeah. At a personal level, how do I make sure I feel good about decisions I'm making? I'm very intuitive, and so I just follow my instincts. Yeah. Things will either feel like the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. And as long as I follow that, I can sleep at night.
Yeah.